When art is in a public place, it is accessible. It adds a dimension to both the interior of the building and then a dimension to the lives of the people who see it.
Chief Justice Moyer had so many passions, including art and architecture. And when we moved into this building, then the Ohio Judicial Center, but now the Thomas J. Moyer Ohio Judicial Center, he approached me about helping the court build an art collection. We pulled in Mary Gray.
I got a phone call from this woman by the name of Ruthie Newcomer, introduced herself as staff at the Supreme Court, the Ohio Judicial Center. She had gotten my name from a colleague and wondered if I would be willing and able to help with their collection of portraits. I was initially asked to do the condition reports for all of the portraits in the building. So I did that, and then that rolled into the conversation about acquiring contemporary art for the building. And that, away we went.
We talked with gallerists, artists, all throughout Ohio, and built the core of a collection.
Our job was to bring it in and then have a discussion with Chief Justice Moyer and Steve Holland on which pieces would work best. But Ruthie and I think we really were very thoughtful about where in the state we were looking. We tried to do the entire state of Ohio, or at least the 4 quadrants. And we tried to bring as much diversity as we could amongst the artists that would be represented in the collection.
The experience was incredible. I love art. I was high energy about it. It was so much fun to be out and about looking at all of his work, and then coming back to the court and having the Chief Justice be so happy and excited about what he was seeing.
The artwork displayed here brings order, it brings symmetry to a chaotic world, in much the same way that law creates order in a civil society. Tonight, a new generation of artists take their rightful place in the mission of this facility as a monument to the people of Ohio.
One of my favorite pieces is a woodcut that is hanging in what we call the robing room, and that's where, as you would imagine, the judge would put on their robe before we march out into single file and take the bench. And it's right near the elevator, so I see it coming and going, and it's a woodcut. And it reminds me of the rural, landscape of Ohio.
I always got the sense from Chief Justice Moyer it wasn't just about bringing in pretty pictures into the building, but I truly believe that he was very supportive of artists and understood the importance of art in all of our lives. Chief Justice Moyer appreciated the beauty that artwork would bring to the building, but he also wanted, I believe, to support individual artists, particularly in Ohio, and to give purpose and meaning to those who were going to see the artwork in the building. Artwork can change lives.
I think that when the art came into the building, it was exciting. It was exciting for the staff. Some people were very involved in art, some people had not been involved in art, and so to have them live with art was incredible, because they were already through the building and the architecture of the building. Everyone was very keen about what they were seeing. Their visual acuity, I think, was really running high. And then Amina Robinson and Nicholas Hill came in and did a brown bag lunch to talk about art in general as well as their art, and I think 99% of the staff came to that. It was a pleasure.
Rarely when I'm talking about the arts in Columbus, Ohio, to anyone do they not know the name Amina Robinson. Amina's work and Amina as a human being have had such a huge impact here in Ohio. In my opinion, it is very important to have Kojo Kamu represented in the court's collection because Kojo was such a critical voice in the Columbus Black community through his photography. And I just think it's terrific that we have an example of his work in the collection, and he will be remembered forevermore here in the building. Several years ago, it was probably about the time I was working on the court project that I saw a sign out in front of one of the local framers, and it said, "Art is not a luxury," and he had bumper stickers made. And I think we still see them around town. And I think that that statement exists here, that it isn't just for aesthetic pleasure, but it's also supporting artists throughout the state of Ohio.